Good morning and welcome back to Unity North Tampa. My name is Mindy and it is so nice for you to join us today. We are affirming love and light for you and everyone around the world. So, today I thought we would talk a little bit about patience. We have an affirmation for this, and it is, I am patient, I can wait, for my good will not be late. Right? All right, I like that one. I like it. It's really hard to be patient, isn't it? If you're going to be patient, that means you are able to stay calm without anger or fear while you're waiting for whatever it is you're waiting for, right? Whatever it is you're wanting. Like right now, a lot of people are waiting for things to get back to normal, right? We want to be able to see our friends and family. We want to be able to go out to I know my daughter is like super wanting to go to the water park, go out to the parks, be around people, live life out there. And right now, it's been a while. We've been having to stay at home and stay patient. We have to stay patient. So, this reminds me of the story in the Bible, back in the Hebrew scriptures, of Noah and the ark. You guys know this story? Way back when, there was a man named Noah, and he lived with his family and his grandchildren. And there was a moment in time where he felt God was speaking to him and told him it was time for him to build a giant ark. And it's like a really, really, really big boat, okay? It was all a wooden boat back then. And with this guidance, he said, okay. So he had his family and they started building this ark, right? And everyone's like, what is this about? And he said, this is in preparation for a giant flood that's gonna come. And so they get the ark done, and it's not done yet because he's gotta get as many people on there as he can. He gets his family on there and he collects the animals, right? You know the story, 2 by 2, they go up into the ark. And then it begins to rain. 40 days, 40 nights. Think about that. That's a lot of rain. I know we live in Florida. We know these afternoon showers. To imagine day and night for months, just rain. So it floods up, and then they're out there floating in the flooded waters, and they still can't leave. And they still don't know what to do. They still have to wait. They still have to wait. And then this idea comes, okay, well, we can send this bird out. And if the bird comes back, it means that he didn't find a place to land. So they send the bird out, and the bird comes back. They send the bird out, and the bird comes back. And then at one point, they send the bird out, the bird doesn't come back, right? And they look outside, and this is when they see this giant rainbow. Well, we've talked about, not only have we talked about our divine guidance from within, but we've also talked about how we see symbols and signs, and they mean things to us. And this rainbow, like it does for so many people, represented hope, right? And the dawning of a new time, a new day, right? Every time it stops raining and you start to see the rainbows, it always fills you with joy and love, peace, happiness, all the goodness. So they see this rainbow, the bird doesn't come back, and they were able to find a place to where they could all safely get off the ark, and everyone was protected. They were on this ark for what ended up being, I think if you add up all the time it says, it's in biblical language, but if you add it up, it's basically a little over a year, okay? That's a long time to be patient. A long time on a boat with a bunch of animals too. Can you imagine? I think it's crazy in your house. Imagine that house. It'd be wild, right? So it takes a lot to be patient, right? Like Noah and his family and everyone on this boat. One of the things that we have, I talked to you about as well, are these 12 powers. And it probably takes a little bit of each one of those powers to get yourself patient, if you think about it, right? Well, those things, all those powers, as well as staying present. Because one of the things that happens when we're wanting something is we're thinking about how we're going to feel when that comes. Meaning we're still focused on the next time, right? Later out in the future, instead of being present and calm now. It's one of the hardest things for me, for a lot of people, especially when we're kids, right? It's hard to wait. It feels like we're always waiting for mom to say it's okay, waiting for dad to say, yeah, we can go do this, waiting for our friends to call us back. I know it's one my daughter is struggling with right now. Our friends wanting to talk to each other, and who's gonna call us back, and when we're waiting, and da-da-da. Takes a lot of being focused on the now, right? And we use these powers. We have the power of faith that allows us to remember that it's coming. Our good is always coming to us, right? It takes our power of love, right? That's that power that shows compassion and understanding, and it's what attracts, right? When we love something, we feel ourselves attracted to it and brings it into us. It takes our power of understanding, of knowing that it's coming to us, and we can use our calm inner voice to remember that it is coming, right? It takes our power of strength to endure, to persevere through the times when it's difficult, while we're waiting for our good to come, while we're waiting for the evidence of that. Our good is always here, but while we're waiting for the evidence, right? Sometimes it might take it a while to get through. It takes knowing that all things work in divine order, right? Everything is unfolding as it should. This is one of the things that I like to remember when I'm thinking about patience, is that when we use these powers to align ourselves, to center ourselves, to remember that our good is here so we can see it. It's about remembering it's about allowing ourselves to let go of our expected timeline of when things should happen, right? This should happen now. This should happen by this time. This should happen by that time. And instead, it allows us for things to happen as they should. Not as they should, not when we expect them to happen, but happen as they should. Everything is always coming to us at exactly the right time, exactly the right moment. We are that divine goodness that we are seeking. Focus on our now, and we can remain patient. We can all remain patient. I know you can. All right? And this is what we're working on. We'll work on our affirmation. I am patient. I can wait, for my good will not be late. Can't be late if the only time that matters is right now, right? It's the only thing we have to think about is right now. So, for our craft today, we do have a little picture of an ark that you can decorate. You can draw in some animals, you can color on it, you can make it your own. And we also have a wonderful little picture of a rainbow. And I don't know if you know this, but a lot of things that people are doing in our neighborhood, we've been coloring these rainbows and putting them in our front windows, so when people drive by, they can see the pretty rainbows and remember to always have their hope, right? The promise of a new day, promise of a good day, promise of a love day. Yes? All right. I really want to thank you guys for joining us. It was so wonderful to see you again today, and we will leave you with our children's blessing. We love you. We bless you. You are a perfect expression of God. Thank you.